Is she getting ready for her, like, science birthday? And it turns Blaziken into a bird drill. Just like a Japanese anime. There we go, so we'll get this brief speed boost here. See, we got it so fast. Cubone, bring him over, and I'll charge this up. There we go. Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimming Bird, and welcome to Pokken Tournament. Today we're continuing C rank in the Ferrum League, but if you missed any parts so far, there's a playlist at the top of the description. Based on your comments, another of the most popularly requested Pokemon is Blaziken, the Gong Fu chicken who kicks with the spicy heat of 1,000 buffalo wings. If you've got a Pokemon you'd like to see next, please let me know in the comments. So Blaziken, extremely popular, even among the really beloved fire starters out there. A lot of people love Blaziken, but unfortunately in Pokken, kinda underrated, but there is a good reason. So Blaziken is a standard battler. It's got 600 HP, very similar to Lucario, who we're gonna face off in the finale battle of this episode. And it has a lot of really strong moves to kind of stand on equal footing with some of the brutes like Charizard. But the problem is, it's got a double-edged talon. The Donphin in the room is that, just kind of like Shadow Mewtwo, it has a ton of recoil or self-inflicting damage moves. So it has power, but at a cost. So you gotta be careful with how many of these moves you're throwing out. Your hot stuff, Blaziken. I changed my background there. I purchased with over 200,000 Pokegold, the fiery one, just for Blaziken here, even though he's not my favorite Gen 3 starter. So yeah, you gotta be careful with some of these moves when you're throwing them out, or you're gonna have a bit of a problem with hurting yourself more than your opponent's hurting you. So the neutral A is Heat Wave, and this one will stop your opponent if they're coming at you, and you can even charge up pretty much all of Blaziken's moves. And as you can see, I took a little damage there. When you charge up Heat Wave, it will consume a bit of HP and extends the attack, but it also lowers their attack, so it's kind of like inflicting burn. And when you're jumping around, you can hit R to do like a cool glide to fly a little bit, even though he's got wings in his hair or something. Blaziken's design, I was thinking about that because the wings up on his head, the little feathers up there, they're a little shorter looking in this game. So this might be a female Blaziken instead of a male. We finished them with a Sky Uppercut there. And that is a pretty good anti-air move, but if you hold it down and get the charged version, it has an extra hit that's really cool. So Sky Uppercut, the only one of the Pokken moves you have to be in dual phase to get that going. But we're gonna try to transition, and I'll see if I can get a charged one. Here we go. It just kind of sends you sky high. Let's go into burst mode here. Mega Blaziken is ready to go. And we'll hit him with a forward A, which is Blaze Kick, which Blaze Kick can transition into a Flare Blitz if you hit X after it hits. And we'll see if we can get the burst attack. I missed, I think, though. He jumped right over me. So we just kind of kick really sadly. I'll hit him with a big old Sky Uppercut, though, and maybe finish him with a Blaze Kick. Flare Blitz combo. There we go. So be careful with Flare Blitz. It does pierce counters, and it resists hit stun. So if you know your opponent's going to counter, really good to do forward A and then hit X to do the Flare Blitz. But it does have a good amount of recoil damage. And remember, pretty much all these moves, if you hold down the button, you can do a lot of different combos, like charging Blaze Kick and hitting with a normal Flare Blitz, or charging both, or only charging Flare Blitz, that sort of thing, depending on, you know, the timing you want to hit with your attacks and how much damage you want to do. All right, Susan's big Machamp is ready to battle us. And you'll notice I turned Nia's voice back on here. Is she getting ready for her, like, science birthday? All right, deep breath, shoulders relaxed. Okay, ready to go. She's a really, yeah, I can't say anything. I'm like a winter jacket chef boy. But she looked like she was, you know, having an office birthday party at the lab or something. But yeah, so Blaziken, we've got Blaze Kick, which I think is the signature move of Blaziken. I'm a Sceptile guy myself. I mentioned that last episode, but I still think Blaziken's pretty good. I've been enjoying playing as him. It's a little showy, just, like, you know, rolling in there, all cool, action roll. I was noticing something about this stage that I wanted to say real quick. If you see on the wall behind you, there's like handprints. There they are. It looks like Haunter went crazy or something with the handprints there. I'm not sure if that was Haunter's doing, but looks like it could be. And it's like a weird ghostly kindergarten in here. All right, so anyways, I'm gonna try to get some Blaze Kicks to Flare Blitz to get him against the wall, and then we'll hit him with a Sky Uppercut if we can. If you're in the air and you hit A, you'll do a move that is pretty unsafe. You gotta be careful with it. It is the, high jump kick, and it does a lot of damage, especially if you hold it down, But the problem with it is if you miss, just like in the games, you're going to have to deal with a big amount of recoil damage. So be very careful with that. If you charge it, it will pierce counters and has a nice mid-air transition, because you see it bumps me back up there. And even though I only took a handful of hits from Machamp, you can see my health was very low because of how much recoil we take on those moves. So be careful, like I mentioned. I don't want to sound like a doting mother or anything, but and also I was gonna say Espeon, pretty good combo. I've got the Sylveon here, but Espeon can also heal, so it's a pretty good combo with with Blaziken to give you some increased chance of getting your health back. All right, let's see if we can hit it. We did. This is Gatling Flame Kicks, and it turns Blaziken into a bird drill, just like a Japanese anime. It kind of reminds me of Gurren Lagann or something. How he's kind of charging at him. And also, the cool thing about that burst is that it gives you increased speed. It pierces counters, just like most of the burst attacks, but you get some increased speed, which is pretty good as well. You saw I was zipping around a little bit for a few seconds there afterwards. Can we hit him with... There we go. Yeah, the enhanced Sky Uppercut is pretty crazy. Can we get him with a nice high jump kick? It's really funny when Blaziken misses the high jump kick, though. You got to be careful because he just kind of pratfalls down on the ground. Look at all those ghosts dancing in the sky, celebrating that victory. The only move that I haven't shown yet is the back air. And, or not back air, sorry. This isn't Smash Brothers. I was thinking of jumping and hitting high jump kick. Back in A, sorry, is Brave Bird. And that's a signature flying type move. You looked relaxed straight through the whole battle, even though you're, worried about your omelet burning. Okay, so we're going up against Blaziken here. We're gonna get a blue Blaziken to battle, and yeah, I'll have to show you guys Brave Bird because that's one of my favorite flying type moves. It just looks really cool, especially in the show when they use it. They just turn it into this giant, flaming bird flying through the sky. All right, even though it's not a fire type move, it is flying, and we got a red-headed girl, but her Blaziken turned blue color. I don't know why they didn't go with the shiny versions. I guess because some of the shinies don't really stand out too much. Like Blaziken's a good example of a shiny that's a little bit different colored. Like I think it's kind of a more muted or darker red, so it may be hard to tell apart still. If you're in the air, I think in field phase you can do some cool stuff with the projectile moves there. Oh geez, this Blaziken's gonna hit me with the Sky Uppercut. So Brave Bird, you can just kind of tap it out to do it. Normally you do a little shuttle loop there before you attack, or you can charge it, but it does have some recoil on it, even though it does a ton of damage there. You gotta be careful. So yeah, pretty much every Poké move Blaziken has can be enhanced if you know how to charge it at the right time. All right, oop, jeez. I wanna charge up a Heat Wave, lower their, we didn't have to worry about lowering their attack with that burn, because they just got knocked out by this burning bird. All right, and I don't have the one that charges up your support Pokemon, so I'm not getting that as easy. But if we do get our, there we go, missed a high jump kick, so you got to see that. If we do get our burst mode here, I keep there we go, keep guarding right when he's gonna hit on accident. My timing's bad. So here we go. We can use our burst mode. Oh, we don't have the support built up. Let me try to build this up enough and try to use. Oh, we're gonna knock him out before then. Might as well finish. I was gonna say Jirachi, a good way to enhance your burst mode. Maybe we'll just kind of finish him off with. Oh, I was gonna use that. Charge it up. There we go. Sky Uppercut. So cool looking. You get a little bit of the Mega evolution colors and stuff in there from the stone DNA strand when you use it in this form. All right, we are good to go for the moves basically. So yeah, that's pretty much all the moves. It seems like Blaziken has less Poké moves to worry about, but then you have all the enhanced forms and trying to mind your health a little more often from the recoil, stuff like that. We're going through these battles pretty quickly here, and I mentioned, yeah, we're getting close to our promotion test. We're gonna graduate from C rank here before too long. See if we can take this Garchomp down. I kind of want to try. We haven't really done any of the heavy power hitters other than Chandelure, which is kind of funny. But Chandelure does have the crazy special attack, one of the highest special attacks of non-legendary, so that's why it's power type. But I want to use like Charizard, Machamp, or Garchomp here. We haven't done any of the real big powerful Pokemon, so I want to get into some grappling. You guys know how much I love to apparently do my grabs. There we go. I haven't done as many in this one. Let's see if we can do a charged Blaze Kick into... Oh, wait. It's the timing is pretty tight on the charged Blaze Kick into charged Flare Blitz. It's, you gotta be knowing what's happening with that. There we go. To time it. I think he's got a little bit more punishing on how fast you have to do some of the moves to get them right. Oh, he's on the ground. Didn't mean to do that. That's okay. Hit him with the sky. I don't know. I think between rounds you lose your support that you've built up, so you might as well, use it before you lose it. All right. And we're going to finish this guy up with a burst, I think. Sylveon, yeah, I mentioned getting that defense is a little nice, but just having heals, I think maybe Espeon would be good. But this isn't a Pokemon that really inflicts negative status effects on itself. I don't think it has any moves that have a negative status infliction, so you don't have to worry about that too much. So Espeon, maybe not quite as useful as with somebody like Chandelure, but it is still nice having that heal. He's just, Blaziken's more about getting a little bit of speed boost or lowering your opponent's attack. There we go, so we'll get this brief speed boost here. So we got it so fast. It's crazy. I cannot believe it. I think there's some support Pokemon that do that as well. That might be what Jirachi does now that I think about it, is gives you that little bit of a boost to your speed and stuff. There's a bit of a defense. Thank you very much, Sylveon. And, oh, tried to transition there. Can we get a nice high jump kick? And I'll finish him off with peppered fireballs. Oh, no. Got to be careful. I'm going to zip over him. Try to go for finishing grab. There we go. Yeah, I like how Blaziken, I always think of the early alpha designs when I see this guy, because originally Latios and Latias and Blaziken were all like one Pokemon. It was like a weird fusion of the two in the alpha version. And then baby Alpha Torchic was so cute, it had big wings on its head for ears, but they did change it around a little bit before the final designs. I'll have to maybe put a link. If you look at the Bulbapedia page for Blaziken, those pictures are on there. Okay, heading up against Hank with his Lucario. We're on equal footing here with HP and battling style for the most part. We just gotta mind our health. He's Glorious Victory is his his tag. Of course, I've been switching for all the tags that I have for different Pokemon. We're Blaziken's Bud today. All right, and this is the last battle. Tactical roll into the fight. I still have a soft spot for Cubone and Diglett, even though we're unlocking more support sets. We should have some pretty soon here after this this league is done. Got to be careful. Yeah, if I'm gonna use Blaze Kick, trying to Flare Blitz is a good way to do it. Even though you do lose a bit of health, it's make sure you're gonna hit for the most part, unless they guard. It'll break through a lot of stuff, like the counters and everything. Oh, yeah, I think especially in field phase, very risky to use that to use the high jump kick, because you have another whole plane that you have to mind. There we go. Yeah, so much damage. I'm like getting these guys before I know it, because using those risky moves, it's like if they're not hitting you, it's fine to use all the recoil moves, because I still have 2/3 of my health or whatever. But at the same time, it's if things start to go bad and somebody's gonna make a comeback, you're gonna have a hard time. Keep doing that on accident. I should be using my Y projectiles to set up a little perimeter here as we're moving around. I like the side Y can kind of transition into a cool kick, but no time for that. It's time for a Blaziken Blaze Kick. Oh, got Mega Lucario as well. Let's see if we can get a nice high jump. Oh, jeez. Pierce through my counter, and he's hitting me with a Bone Rush. I think that's what that was. I did that really bad timing right when he jumped. He was standing there that whole time. We're going to try our best, though, to take him out before he can hit me with... Oh, man. Yeah, we are in C rank, so things are a little tougher. I'm just not timing my attacks right. I did block this, though, so we should be okay. All right, Diglett, we need to make this comeback. And I got to be careful with what moves I use, because we are so close to dead. Let's jet out of here. Give him the grab. Oh, man. Yeah, I did not do much. I think this guy saw that I was about to win, and I hadn't had much problems so far in this video, so he's like, I'm going to make it tough for you. We did get a nice boost there from losing. I think I need to change my support style there. Grab these. I always forget to go around and grab these, because that'll help a lot with making sure that we have our synergy meter ready. There we go. Okay, let's just go straight into it. Take this guy down quick as can be. Oh, I should have done the Flare Blitz combo there. you got to be so fast. You got to know before you get that move even started if you're going to hit X and try to get that Flare Blitz going. All right, up against the wall. He is ready to. Can we make it over there? I don't think this hits that far. Yeah, we just look like a fool. Kick in the air. I just got to be careful here. Oh, no. He's going to get me low. There we go. All right, I was going to say, Cubone, bring him over, and I'll charge this up. There we go. I was like, Heat Wave is so close range, but I knew Cubone was going to drag him in with the Bone Meringue. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. That's Blaziken staring at the autumn leaves. And I think next time we're going to be ready for that promotion test. We should be close, so let me know which Pokemon you want me to use in the next episode, please, in the comments. And it's going to be tough because we're going up against a strong opponent, I'm sure, with that promotion test. So hopefully you guys suggest a good one for me. And we'll, use whoever, though. Doesn't matter. I know a lot of you have been waiting a while to see Blaziken, but he's finally here. Or she, maybe.
Now you've qualified for the tournament.
I forgot she's speaking English.
You already know how it all works, right? Let's go and win this thing.
Okay, so we are going to head into the tournament next time.
Nice change of pace.
Thank you guys again. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you then for some more Pokken Tournament.